What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video I'd like to discuss with you a bit of strategy whenever it comes to investing in crypto or stocks. What value does my input have or my experience have? I don't know. It's not for me to say. I've been investing now since 2015 in the cryptocurrency markets. I've been heavily obsessed with technical analysis and crypto as a whole, and stocks and just markets around the world since 2015. I've been doing this for about 10 years now, you guys, and I've learned some stuff along the way. One of the most important things whenever it comes to investing for me, this is something that I learned through some mistakes that I made, is that conviction is necessary, right? It's very necessary because conviction conviction can make or break you. It really can. You need to have belief in what you're investing in. You need to, because if you don't have belief, you are going to sell whenever the hard times come. And it's not just random blind faith that I'm talking about. You need to be educated in what you're investing in. All right. I'm beating around the bush, but I'm going to get to the point in a second. Conviction and belief and blind faith, if it's all blind, that can mislead you. That can be a problem. It can be a huge problem. So how do you know when to have conviction in something and when not to? How do you know whenever to trust something, trust the process, and when to abandon ship, right? This is something that you have to figure out for yourself. And how you figure this out, what I'm getting to, what I'm alluding to, is research, okay? Research. You might think that you're doing research by searching these YouTube videos, by watching these YouTube videos, by watching other people's YouTube videos who do a brief little discussion about something, right? And maybe if it's completely analytic and if it's a deep dive into various aspects of fundamental values and stuff like that on a independent stock or crypto asset, whatever it is, maybe you can do some research that way. But the real research, the real homework that every person needs to do in order to have conviction in the most appropriate manner is on your own, is by going over the tokenomics, the token supply, going over the roadmaps for your projects, reading the white papers, the light papers, the blueprints, the sales pitch from the team itself, not just people who are promoted to talk about it and give you the spark notes. You are not going, and again, the main purpose of this video is to discuss conviction, because you're not going to make the right decisions in crypto if you're just chasing pumps. You're not going to make the right decisions in investing if as soon as something dumps, you're not sure if you made the right decision anymore. Oh no, I bought this here because I thought it was going up. Now it's going down. I'm going to panic sell at the lows, right? If that's you, if that happens to you, tell me I'm wrong. It's because you didn't know what you were investing in. It's because somebody told you that it was going to go up, and instead of it going up, it went down first, and then inevitably it goes up. There's nothing worse than buying something at the high, and then you watch the price tank on you, and then you sell the low, and then a week or two, a month or two goes by, maybe it's a year. It comes back to not just where you bought, but through it at a spectacular pace. And it goes to these prices that all your favorite influencers, content creators, people who are making these calls, it goes to those prices inevitably. And all you had to do was hold, right? You never actually had losses until you realized them, right? But the only reason you realized them, only reason you actually took losses and sold the low is because you weren't aware of what you were investing in. You just thought what you were investing in was something that would be easy money. And sometimes it is. Whenever we're in the middle of a bull market, whenever alt season's in full peak, and even for stocks, I should say full swing, even for stocks, there's very bullish moments where the whole stock market's just ripping and running as well, various sectors. It can be easy to make money, but most money in investing is made slowly. That's why it's called investing. That's why it's an investment, right? And if you're going to invest in something, again, the main point is you need to have conviction in it. You don't build conviction by hearing somebody tell you where the price is going to go. That's not how you build conviction. That's how you get excitement. That's how you get euphoria. That's how you get a kind of goal, a target in mind. But conviction, belief, I want to say hope, but that feels too shallow. Something deeper than that, right? Something that keeps you focused on whatever it is that you're investing in and believing in it confidently. That only comes from your knowledge in what it is that you're investing in what it is that you're putting your hard-earned money into. If you're not aware of what it is, if you have zero knowledge on it, if you can't have a discussion, and this is a good rule of thumb. I've said this before, but we're going to say it again here. If you are talking with somebody about crypto or stocks or investing, and they ask, what's something that you like? and you say, oh, I like this. Oh, well, why do you like this? Why are you invested in XRP? What's so special about it? Tell me. And your answer is, I don't know. I just heard it could go up. That's not good enough. It drops 20%, it drops 40%. You're going to feel scared. You're going to be emotional. You might make, and you're likely to make the wrong decisions when you're emotional. You need to protect yourself. And the best way to do that against yourself is by being aware of what you're investing in, right? If you can't have a cordial conversation with somebody, if somebody asks, what's this do? What's the purpose of this? Why did you invest in it? If you can't answer those questions about whatever it is that you're investing in, insert your investment here, whatever it is, if you can't answer those questions, maybe you shouldn't be investing. Maybe pull your money out, do some research first, and then if you can get behind it, okay, cool. Warren Buffett is one of the most successful legendary investors of all time. He missed Google, Apple, Netflix, Amazon, Tesla, plenty of multi-billion, trillion-dollar companies even. He missed them, and he had the opportunity to get in on them on the ground floor, and he missed out Microsoft, and he's still super successful. And the reason why he's successful is because he invested in things that he did his research on, that he was aware of, that he had conviction in, that he believes in, right? And I'm using him as an example. Most successful investors, that's how they make their money. The people who have held Bitcoin since 2012 and never sold, or even earlier than that, or even later than that have never sold and they're making money hand over fist, it's because of the conviction that they had. It's not because they're super smart. It's not because they're any smarter than you or me. They're people just like you and me, but what they have is conviction. And you only build that conviction when you're truly aware of something, truly aware of its potential. Because through the hard times and through the good times, that's what allows you to hold. What's the difference between somebody that holds that takes a 100x profit versus a 10x profit in Bitcoin? It's nothing more than the amount of time. It's the level of conviction. Anybody can make a 10x with Bitcoin, just hold long enough. But to get to a 100x, you have to sit through a 10x. You have to sit through a 20x. You have to sit through a 99x, right? Everybody wants a 100x, but people want to cut and run as soon as they double their money or triple it or quadruple it, right? I'm going to finish this with a story, right? And this is from last cycle. I've told this story before. Some of you have paid attention to the channel. You've probably heard me tell this story, but I have a buddy who I'm going to leave nameless, but we were at work together one day, and last cycle, I had my first instance of having $100,000 to my name ever in my life. I literally went from like 10 grand to 100 grand in a day. It was crazy. It was nuts. It was magical, right? It's absolutely fantastic. I was with my buddy, and when it went from 10 grand to 20 grand, I was telling him, like, I'm so stoked. And he's one of my friends. You have people in your life, some people you can't talk to about that stuff. They get jealous, they get upset, they feel like you're trying to rub it in. It's like, no, like that. Can I not be happy that I'm making money? Can you not be happy for me? Like it's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with making money. That's the goal. That's why we're here. That's what we're doing. And my buddy was happy for me. He's like, dude, sell now. You're up 10 grand. Get out now. You did it. Good job. You got rent, all this stuff, whatever. I'm like, no. Drops from 20 grand back to 18. He's like, dude. It's like, what is that? That's rent money, bro. What? Why didn't you sell? I told you to sell. You could have cashed out 20 grand. I would have sold there. And I kept holding. Later that day, it goes up 50 grand. He's like, dude, you got to sell now. That's half 100 G's. You got to get out now. I'm telling you, man, you got to get out now. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to sell. Went from 50 grand back to like 36 grand. Dude, what are you doing? And this is all in the same day. This happened. It was very volatile. It was Dogecoin. This was Dogecoin. This was bad. I mean, it was very volatile on this massive run that it had. It was like, it did like a 20x or something, or maybe it was like an 11x in a day. I think it was like an 11x in a day. It was when it went from below 1 cent to that like 8 cent price way back then. And he's like, dude, I would have sold it at 50K. If that was my money, I would have had 50K. Get out now at 36K. I'm like, no, I'm going to hold. That same thing keeps happening until it gets to 100K. And finally, I say this because he's like, dude, get out now. Get out. It's at 100K. Get out now, dude. If I was you, I would get out right now. And I looked at him in the face. I'm like, no. If you were me, you would have gotten out at 20K. Hell, he probably would have gotten out at 15K. If you were me, you would have sold out at 40K, 50K, 80K. If you were me, you would have never made it to $100,000. That wouldn't have happened, right? And there's a moral in that lesson. To hold, to have that level of conviction, to hold through that and not get distracted by the momentary swings, which were very crazy and volatile throughout the move up, even in a 24-hour period, let alone throughout weeks and months, right? To have conviction, you have to be aware of what you're holding. Dogecoin might be a funny example because it's a meme coin, but hey, multi-billion-dollar guy, Elon Musk, promoting the hell out of it, talking about buying Twitter, making Doge a thing on X.com, like all these different things, accepting merchandise payments from Tesla. Like you could literally buy a flamethrower or one of those little electric cars. It was like one of those electric Jeeps for kids. You could buy that from Tesla for a limited time with Dogecoin. You could buy Mavericks merchandise, and I'm pretty sure Dallas Mavericks tickets because of Mark Cuban with Dogecoin. All these fundamental things that I was aware of at the time allowed me to have the conviction to hold through that, right? It went up a lot higher than that afterwards, right? I'm just saying that's a perfect example of what I'm trying to say here. You're not going to hit a 10x. You're not going to hit a 100x if you sell at a 2x. And you're going to sell at a 2x. You're going to sell at a 3x if you don't have conviction. Because why wouldn't you? You don't know anything about this project. You just know that it's going to go up. You got involved to make money. Well, there you go. You made money, so get out. You had no idea it was going to go up even higher. You had no vision because you didn't do the research. Do the research. Do the research. Whatever it is. And don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't just have blind faith in things. Understand that everything you read in a white paper, it's a sales pitch to you. Most projects say, we are the forefront of the Web3 digital frontier. We are going to be implemented and integrated in all financial institutions, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, that's not true. They all say that. That's not true. Not all of them will be that. One of them will. Maybe a couple of them will. But they all aim for that. Whenever you read things, when you are doing research, they say it as if it's fact, as if it's already there. When you read that, you have to realize that what you're reading is a promise. It's a goal, which is different. And that's where, again, that can separate your conviction from blind faith to logical, right? And I got nothing else really to say. I think I made my point here. Yeah, right? Conviction. You need it. Conviction is what helps you hold through dumps, and it's what helps you hold through pumps. And that's important. It's important to have. It's something that any good investor has. And you only get conviction by doing your research. So do your research on everything that you invest in. But it's boring. It's too much work. Yeah, you're putting serious money in this. Do the work. You just got to read in your air-conditioned house, in the shade, maybe on your lunch break. Do some research. And you'll make money while you sleep. It's not like you're going out and building a house, throwing junk away, doing hard labor. You know, it's easy. It's easy work. It's just boring and tedious. Do it. Hit the like button. Subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.